would be learning the same concept at the same time. That's what this proposal is about. It just focuses on math and English. It's not set in stone. Individual states have to decide whether or not to adopt the new standards. Some are moving in that direction. Others are getting involved. Texas, for example, didn't take a part in the proposal because its governor argues that states should decide what students learn. If these national standards to go into effect, it could mean big changes for textbook and standardized tests.
Group of educators is making a proposal that could have a direct impact on how you learn. We're talking about academic standards right now. Each state can write its own academic standards, but there's a push for national standards, meaning students all around the country, K-12, will be learning the same concept at the same time. That's what this proposal is about. It's just focused on math and English, and it's not set in stone. Individual states have to decide whether or not to adopt the new standards. Some are moving in that direction. Others aren't getting involved. Texas, for example, didn't take part in the proposal because its governor argues that states could decide what students learn. If these national standards do go into effect, it could mean big changes for textbooks and the standardized.
First up, the U.S. economy sets a new record, but not one it wants to break about. The deficit, how much money the country owes, went up by more than $220 billion in February. That's a new one-month record. It's also the 17th month in a row that the deficit has increased. No surprise to economy experts. They had predicted the increase. One analyst said it was probably due to surprise, the recession, and tax rebounds. February is usually a bad month for the deficit because when the government starts sending people their tax refund checks. The amount of money that the government makes went up in February, so that's not some good news. But its spending was on the rise too, and that really helped lead to the increase in the deficit as well. For the 2010 fiscal or financial year, which started last October, the total deficit is now more than $651 billion. President Obama's administration predicts that number will hit $1.5 trillion sometime this year.
Recovery and Reconstruction leading the agenda where President Obama met with Haitian President Rene Prevost yesterday. Haitian, of course, still recovering from that massive earthquake that killed more than 200,000 people, devastating the Caribbean nation. President Prevost thanks Americans for the help that has been sent to Haiti and also for what he called the psychological response, which he said made Haitians realize they weren't alone. Earthquake victims are still in need of food, medicine, and shelter. President Obama said those needs will be made worse when Haiti's rainy season starts in the spring, but he promised the Americans' aid efforts are not over. U.S. President Barack Obama said, as you declare during last month's National Day of Mourning, it is time to wipe away the tears. It is time for Haiti to rebuild. And to you and to the Haitian people, I say today, as you embark on the heavy work ahead, you will continue to have a steady and reliable partner in the United States of America.
Group of educators is making a proposal that could have a direct impact on how you learn. We are talking about academic standards. Right now, each state can write its own educator standards, but less a push for national standards, meaning students all around the country, K-12, will be learning the same concept at the same time. That's why this proposal is about. It's just focused on math and English, and it was not set in stone. Individual states have to decide whether or not to adopt the new standards. Some are moving in that direction, others are getting involved. Dex, for example, didn't take part in the personal because its governor argued this state should decide what standard runs. If these national standards do go into effect, it could mean big change for textbooks and the standardized tests.